What makes a Mack? Hard work, determination, and grit. We train, we study, we repeat. You gotta earn it. Because if I've learned one thing, it's that nothing is given. You only get out what you put in. And I'm all in. We live for times like these. We are Mack, and this is our anthem.
Good afternoon, and welcome. So my name is Rich Million, and I'm responsible for the highway product range for Mack Trucks. I would like to thank you for taking the time to join today. We have a very exciting agenda with the Walkaround and a lot of important product updates and information to go through. So very happy that you're taking the time to join us today. So the highway market is the largest opportunity and one where Mack Trucks is underperforming today, especially in the sleeper market, which we'll focus on during the Walkaround and a lot of the discussion today around sleeper business. This is an area where we definitely need to grow our business. And we've been listening to the dealer feedback for the last few months on what we need to do to improve our performance and market share. And a lot of the suggestions was around having events like today. So we're taking action now and have this event to better train the staff and the people at your dealerships to sell the Mack Sleeper and the full offer. So we're going to do a walk around with a lot of the features and benefits of the product today. We'll also go into some of the auxiliary offer, as it's very important in sleeper business to be able to take trades, to sell the full and total offer, financial services as well. We'll discuss later also. So again, thank you very much. Looking forward to your questions. You can type those in the question box. And I will turn it over to Deetra, who will take us through the rest of the program. Thank you.
Thanks, Rich. Hello, everyone, and thank you again for joining us today. As you know, I am Deetra Dobbins, the Sales System Training Manager for Mack Trucks Academy. I will be your moderator for today's live stream, Anthem Walkaround. I want to briefly go over our presentation today. We will be covering a few different things. First, we will go over the exterior and interior of the Anthem. Second, we will have some exciting news from the Anthem product updates. Third, we will be going over protection plans. And then we will finish the event with some information from remarketing and Mack Financial Services that will surely help you close the deal. And lastly, we will have a Q&A for our guest panelists. Yes, we will be taking questions during this presentation. For those of you that have never been on the GoToWebinar platform, you have the ability to type in your questions. You will see a panel on the right side of your screen and where you can send in your questions. We will try to get to them after each section, but if not, we will definitely have time at the end of the event. So now I would like to turn this over to Juan Torres, who is also with Mack Trucks Academy as the Vehicle Sales Training Manager. Over to you, Juan.
Thank you, Deetra, and welcome everybody. Today, I will have a chance to see you again and talk to you about the different opportunities to sell. And as you know, we always talk about ways that we can sell more. And like Rich was talking about, we have this great Anthem that we have a chance to go and get to market and get with all the improvements we have been making and all the new designs, all the aerodynamics, all the engine improvements, the HE engine, everything we have been doing is for you to give you all the tools to come and overperform and get to a market share we're looking for, because we have an amazing product. We just have to go and make sure we show it to our customers. We're sitting on the table with all the deals we can, and we're gonna be able to close a lot more deals because this is an incredible truck that we have available on day cab, we have available on a 48-inch sleeper, and like today's truck, we have a 70-inch sleeper truck. So today, we're gonna be talking about this Anthem. This is one of our Anthems that has all the bells and whistles. This thing has everything you can imagine. So we can start from there. So you're gonna love it because this is our, like our NASCAR prototype truck. This is exactly the same how you'll find that one. So we have a chrome package. You can see chrome here on the grill, cream on the bumper, cream on the LED lights. It's really nice. And just wait to see, you see the interior of the truck, I'm sorry. This truck comes with a gold bulldog. And as everybody knows, what it means, a gold bulldog, is that means all components, major components, are Mack proprietary parts. So we're talking about a whole Mack truck here. And for the ones that don't know, their option is the silver bulldog. That means they have some vendor components on it, okay? So I'm not gonna get too much into that, but let's talk more about this amazing truck we have here today. So we have this one that it has a 3-pieces hood, and the reason is that we have a 3 pieces is in case something happens, you don't have to replace the 3 pieces. You only replace one, and your customer is gonna save a lot of money on service and time. As well as 3 pieces, we have the bumper. The front bumper is a 3 pieces front bumper. That the same thing. If they hit a deer or something over the road, they can come and just get it replaced fast and easy, right? Talking about fast and better, let's talk about the LED lights. We have a 66% improvement in brightness compared to regular lights. So that means the driver can see a lot better when he's over the road. So that means more security, less accidents, and everybody's safe, happy, and they can see everything. So they don't have to stress too much about driving, and they can enjoy the ride. Because this truck was designed for them. When we built this Anthem, we built it thinking on our drivers, because our drivers are who matter. Because this truck is gonna help you to your customers, the big fleets, the small fleets, anybody, to get better drivers and to stay longer with them. We know it's a shortage of drivers at the time in the market. Well, the Anthem is the solution. And let's talk about more solutions. Let's talk about the fender mirror, the hood mirrors. These ones are retractable, so in case they hit something, the hood is not gonna get damaged. Actually, they're just gonna retract, okay? I'm not gonna try it because it's a little bit heavy for me on that. Let's talk about also the grill. When you see a grill, you see amazing Mack name here, the name brand that has been on the market for over 120 years. It's gonna keep going longer because we have great people like you to sell these trucks, and it has been inspired on the Brooklyn Bridge, as you can see it. Well, we have here the grill that it has more, as you can see, it's a bigger space, and it has a reason, right? Everything is done for a reason. So the reason is we're gonna get more air intake into the engine, so that means it's gonna run cooler, so the fan clutch doesn't have to run too often, so we're saving fuel. So that's another fuel saving for our customers, right? So talking about saving, we're saving protection as our hood will open the latch from the paddle here. So you don't have to sit on the side of the road. It's just so simple. This is like a vehicle. You just come and you just push it to the driver's side, and as you can hear it, it's unlocked. So now to open it, with this light hood molded, we have only 50 pounds of pressure to open the hood. As you can see, that was pretty simple. And as simple it is, you heard that click. That click means we have the lock that is an automatic lock that will help us to make sure when we have winds coming in or somebody tries to close the hood on us, that's not gonna happen. That's gonna protect you while you're inside, under the hood, I mean, talking about checking your truck or checking anything you have around. Now we're gonna have, like I said before, we have the MP engine series, and on these cases, we have the MP, we have the MP7 for 11 liters, we have the MP8 for 13 liters, and we have for natural gas, we have the Cummins 12 liters. We have horsepowers from 325 up to 505 horsepower. So we have all the options that we can accommodate all our customers, depending on their needs and their wants. And also, as you can see, this engine sits a lot lower than anybody else. I'm just only 5'10", and you can see I can reach to anything on this engine. That's for a better center of gravity. Also, that'll help us to have a better turning ratio and also for safety. So also, you have here to check all your fluids. It's pretty simple. So you can check oil, you can check your filters, you can check your coolant levels, and if you go to the other side, you can check the washers and everything you need. Also, you can check your airlines that are color marked, so that's pretty simple. This truck has MP8, 505 horsepower with 1,860 foot-pound of torque. Okay, so we have a lot of power on this truck, and also we have a great front axle that is an FXL 12.5 with a taper lift, 12,500 pounds capacity. Then we're gonna talk about something I get really excited always, because it's our steel galvanized cab. And as you know, Mack is known for lasting longer, durability. Well, that's this cab. You know, it's nothing stronger than a steel cab like ours. On this one, we have a full fairings that you can see is going to help the air to flow from the front of the truck all the way into the back. And the best thing is we're going to have an option coming up that we're going to get extenders so they can go all the way into the wheels as well. So that's pretty exciting, and I bet your customers are going to like it. Our mirrors, they help us with the aerodynamics, and also they're retractable. So in case something hit it, you can retract the mirrors back or forward. Or a branch or something is not going to break the door. So that's going to keep your truck running nicer. Let me show you more about something we like to talk, that is security, safety, how to get into a truck. So we always talk about the 3 touching points, right? So we're reaching to the door, we have a handle. We have this handle here on the outside that is durable. And we always have 3 points that we reach. We always recommend you to make sure when you're coming in and out of the truck, doing it backwards, okay? Something to notice, when you're on ground level, you can still do your pre-trip inspection and turn your lights here. And now, on the trucks that are coming out of the factory, we have the switch that you can do the pre-trip. Make sure your truck is running, of course, because it's not going to work. So you can just click the switch, and you can do a pre-trip by yourself. You don't need a second person to help you. It's all by yourself. Another thing is, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm pretty sure you can. We have double step here. That means this is unique, and this is great because you can get more space to put your foot on it while you're getting out of the cab in any environment. I mean, if you're in snow, mud, anything, rain, and that's a lot of safety for your drivers. So I know they're gonna love this. As well in there we have, let me close this. You hear that? That's solid. So here we have the batteries. Underneath the batteries, we have the air tank dryers, and we have a switch here for a killer switch. That is optional, but it's always good because in case you're gonna leave the truck overnight, you can shut it off and your batteries won't drain, okay? And here we have our depth tank. And if everybody knows, we have on the other side our DPF filter and our ClearTech 1. That our ClearTech 1 help us to get to 0 emissions. That means it's good with the environment and it's good with our drivers. Also help us to get better fuel economy And it's pretty easy to get that filter out to get replace or clean the DPF. You don't have to jack the truck or anything. You just turn a wheel, remove some screws. The splash shield the splash shields we have in the front of the engine are just to protect the engine. So when you're trying to resell the truck is in a really good shape so you can get more money for your truck. That's what you have to do. Let me talk more about the back of the truck. We're gonna see here on the back, we have the different options. We have the extenders for the back of the cab. For the extenders, it's gonna help us that this air that is coming all the way from the front of the truck to flow through the end of the trailer. That means it's gonna help us on aerodynamics. That means we only have a strong looking truck, but a good aerodynamic truck that is gonna give us a good fuel economy, and people is gonna love it. I know many of you seeing it on the road, and you can say, that's a badass truck, right? So let me talk more about the frame. So as everybody knows, and I was talking about how low it sits on the frame, the engine, we have our frames that are 9 millimeters, like in this case. And we have the drive line that runs completely straight all the way into the end. So it's coming out of the transmission and it comes all the way into the end on the differentials. That means we're getting more power and more torque coming all the way, and we don't have any angles like our competitors. So that's something your customer is gonna appreciate because they're getting actually most of the power we're telling them we have. So when you're thinking about, oh, they said that we have 550 horsepower, yeah, we have real 505 horsepower going all the way into the rear axles. As I told you, we have rear axles on the suspension. We have a Mack suspension, the AL S40 with 40,000 pounds. We have air ride suspension on this, as well as we have air ride suspension on the cab. So that means we have a smooth ride and the driver is comfortable. We have an air slide fifth wheel on it. As everybody knows, that's the way that you can balance the weight for your load. And we have also options for stationary fifth wheels. Then we have something that I know everybody likes. And what everybody likes is the dual mufflers, right? Everybody likes to see a truck with dual mufflers. That's an option we have available. But also, we have available horizontal and vertical single exhaust. Just make sure you have the right application for your customer so you can set it up the way that your customer wants it. That's what we always have done with Mack trucks, and with the Anthem, it's no exception. So with that, I'll conclude my part on the exterior, and we're gonna get back to Deetra, that she has a lot more to tell us.
Thanks, Juan. Yes, we do have some questions, and I would like for Stu Rizzoli, who is our Highway Product Manager for Mack Trucks, to join us. Stu will be answering your questions that are being sent in. So Stu, our first question that we have is, weight is being more of a factor with Mack being 700 to 900 pounds heavier than PACCAR competitors. Is anything being done to address this growing issue?
That's a one we've been looking at lately. Actually, right now we've gotten some different weights of competitors, and we are analyzing that to see exactly where that factor is and see what we can do to help the salesman. On the other side of it, we are putting some packages together in MSS. So we will have a package you could pick, say, for a lightweight application, and it'll automatically give you some of the components that you would pick for lightweight. So try and help the salesman out with a one-click. Then you can go in and make some adjustments if you want larger fuel tanks or smaller, and also looking at super singles and some different brakes you can set up in order to save some weight. So we are looking at that. More to come on that soon.
Perfect. Thank you, Jim, for that question. The next one I have is, what is the most popular powertrain combo?
Okay, so for powertrains on highway, M-Drive is by far the winner transmission-wise. So M-Drive, I forget, it's in the high 90s, 90% of the take for transmissions. For the engines, 445 horsepower it has the 1860 foot-pound of torque. So for MP8s, it's a 445 horsepower. with the HE or in an Econodyne version. For the MP7, if you have a lighter application trying to save weight again, bulk haul, things like that, it would be the MP7. The 395 horsepower was the winner, but now with the 425, we're seeing a big take on that. And then rear axles, that varies. Usually vendor axles are better set up for highway. Customers are used to that. There's some faster ratios.
Thank you, thank you. Our last question. When are we going to have dual exhaust behind the cab doors instead behind the sleeper?
Well, on an Anthem, the dual exhaust on the sides, it's kind of a greenhouse gas thing where we can't do that anymore. It would have to be tucked in. So behind the cab is really the way we're doing it. For for day cabs or things like that, yes, you can cab mount it, but yeah, I don't think we're going to see that coming anytime soon.
Thank you, Stu. I appreciate that. And now we're going to go to back to Juan, and he is going to go over the interior of the Anthem.
Let's get inside. As I told you, it's really easy to get inside. It's super comfortable. And when you get inside, you're not going to want to leave. I mean, this is an amazing interior in this truck. You're going to love it. So let me close the door so we can talk more about the features on this truck. As you can see, it's something different here already. This is not a regular steering wheel. This is a flat bottom steering wheel, so you can go in and out, and you have more space for you to move and to organize your seat and everything. You need more extra space, you have it here. We have 3 different options on the steering wheels. We have a standard, we have the premium, and we have the ultra. This one is the ultra. As you can see, this truck, and as I mentioned to you in the beginning, this is an ultra package truck. So this is everything you want. So we have here on the steering wheel cruise control. We have, if you want to connect your cell phone, so you don't have to be worried about a hands-free or anything like that, spending extra money, this truck has it already. So everything is here ready for you. As you can see, for the dash, we have the dash is visible, it's bright. It's not super bright for you, but it's also digital, so you can come and work on your co-pilot and the computer of the truck and check everything you need to check. And you can keep your eyes on the road, and it's relaxing, and you can actually enjoy your ride. Here on the side of the door, I'm not sure you can see it pretty well, but we have power windows, power locks. I mean, you have everything you can imagine here, right? So I think I got really excited about the truck, right? I like it because you have access to everything, like I said. And as you can see, everything is on your reach. So you don't have to move, like really strong moves or anything like that. With just your arm, you can reach to all the switches you have available. And we have many switches and spots available for your customer to get exactly what they need. Also, we have something nice, that we don't have anything here in the middle, so you don't need anything, so you can move in and out of the truck, but your transmission is sitting here on the dash. What I like from that is that it's easy to reach. You don't have to be changing too much. If you want to shift up or down yourself manual, because as you know, the M-Drive, and this one is specifically a 12-speed overdrive, automated transmission. You can do the shifting if you want it. I mean, the transmission doesn't control you. You control the truck, you have the transmission, but the transmission will help you to run it smooth. Also, to shift exactly when it's needed, so you're gonna save money on fuel. And that's what we want these days, right? Of course. And we have this transmission also available in 13 and 14 speed, so I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it. So let me talk more about more features of the truck. As we can see, we have a good visibility here from the windshield. Like you see on the hood mirrors, we can have everything we want to see. We have perfect visibility. If somebody's standing in front of us, we're gonna be able to see it. We have a 2-piece windshield in this truck, or you can order a 1-piece windshield, depending on what you prefer. It's safe, it's secure, and in case something happens and they open one door and you need to push out the windshield, it will come out, right? And in case of an accident that I hope nobody has, but we thought about everything on this truck. So you can imagine, as comfortable you are, you want to keep driving the whole day, right? it's really exciting. Also, think about this. We have all the compartments. We have cabinets here. We have a cathedral ceiling lights here. That is amazing because you can tune it down when you're at night and stuff like that. You're gonna like it. We have cabinets here, as you can see, to put your logbooks, anything you need to put on it. I know many people don't use paper anymore, but anything, registration, insurance, you can put it here handy to you, your CB radio. I mean, and you have all LED lights inside the truck. So not only that, but as I mentioned to you, this truck has everything. And having everything, it has the mounts ready for your TV, for your microwave. And in the case of this truck, it comes already with the refrigerator from factory. So that thing is loaded. So you just have to come here, jump in, and start working. But you're gonna think, okay, what are my customers gonna do for storage? And when you're talking about the storage, we can be thinking about like, okay, where are you gonna have your clothes? I mean, we thought about this truck on everything. So we have cabinets with all the options. So you can order different kind of cabinets depending on what you wanted for your customer. We have options like nothing else. So like in this case, you see, we have everything here for clothing. You wanna eat? We have a solution. You wanna ride? There you go. You want more storage? We have it all. So we have all the storage, as you can see. We have privacy here that you can work on it. You have anything here on this truck you want it. Also on the beds, we have different options. And let's give a second so we get situated. But of course you understand, we're working on tight spaces and we're trying to make sure we show you everything we can. So we appreciate the patience. But we have, like in this one, we have dual beds, right? Double bunks. But you can order without that second bunk, and you can just leave it like that if you want it. We have cup holders here. We have lights, so you can store your iPad or something like that. We have charging station here, or you can put cabinets here. The cabinets look really, really nice. And I think when you show that to your customers, if they have a solo driver, or if you have a team driver, this truck is gonna do work. And it's gonna do work for a reason. I mean, can you see I'm standing up here and I stand up from the driver's seat to here. It's a 7-foot height here. I think it's 7'1" actually. 7'1" here. So you can stretch. You wanna work out from here, you have a space to do that. So also let me show you another feature I have. I like always that when they have those exercises. But as you can see, we have extra storage underneath. And as you can see, we have more storage on that. So anything you need on this truck is available. I hope you like it, and I hope this will help you to sell a lot more trucks. I'm gonna pass it back into Deetra because we have a lot more going on today. Thank you.
Thanks, Juan. And we do have some more questions for the interior. And as you know, we have Stu answering the questions for us. The first one that I have is, hold on one second, let me scroll up. Sorry about that. Are chrome mirrors ever coming?
Chrome mirrors, okay, that's something we've been trying to get and working with different suppliers. It's something we're still looking at, and actually I was supposed to call on that today to see what status we were. It is something we're working on. It kind of goes hand in hand with some of our other trucks, so I don't have a direct answer for you today, but we'll get back to you on that when we send out answers for these. I'll try and get you an answer.
Great, thank you for that. Are there any plans for a 70-inch mid-height?
70-inch mid-height?
Am I saying that right? 70-inch in height, yeah, mid-height.
Okay, so I mean, basically that's what we have here now. If you don't put the fairing on the top, it's a 7-inch mid-height. So with the fairing on the top, you get to the top of the trailer. If you have a flatbed or bulk haul or something like that, you don't put the fairing on the top. So basically we consider that our mid-height. The benefit being you have the stand-up at the driver's seat as opposed to our old mid-roof where you had to duck down until you got back to the sleeper. So basically we would call what's behind us our mid-height when you order it without the roof fairing.
Okay. And then our last question I have some customers requesting more belly room. Does any certain driver seats allow more room than another?
The seats, I'm not aware of one allowing more belly room than the other. The one thing that we've done as a trick is instead of having the wardrobe, the tall cabinet on the top right behind the driver, you can go to the higher cabinet, which looks like the microwave cabinet, but it has a door. So then that opens up in between the in-between area, in between the surface top and the top cabinet, gives you a little bit more room to recline your seat, a little bit more space.
Perfect. Thank you, Stu. I appreciate that. We are now going to go to a short video of over-the-air updates. So after that, then we will have Stu Rizzoli come back and talk to us about some of the Anthem product updates.
Hi, it's me again. So basically, I'm going to start right off with the over-the-air and Guard Dog Connect. So, Guard Dog Connect, One Call, the Uptime Center are really what you want to push when you're talking to customers. That's a huge differentiator for us. Very important to talk about. You need to bring it up. The 800 number, 800, what is it, 866-1177. So the customers, they get a fault, they can call the 800 number. If they're connected on Guard Dog Connect, which they all are, when a fault comes up, if it's one we're tracking, the Uptime Center will get a hold of them, let them know if it's a critical fault or if it's something that they can wait on. So, all of that is very important. So when we go to, when you do get a fault, basically what happens today is it contacts the One Call agent. They'll see the fault. They'll get in touch with you. What we've integrated into that is the over-the-air updates. So what you're doing today is if you get a fault, they get in touch with you. They say, okay, I have some software here. I can upload it to your truck. It will take about a half hour. You have to key on. So when you're ready for a break, let me know. So they coordinate it with you. Download it over the air, takes about a half hour or so. The new slide would be it's driver activated. So if you look at the slide that's up now, it has an icon that comes on the screen. It shows you a download symbol. So as you're driving, this will pop up, and then the next time you get to a stop, basically the driver can initiate the download himself. So it's on there, it walks you through the screens, tell you what to do, and it does it in about half the time, so about 15 minutes. You don't have to call the Uptime Center, so you're doing it without having to interact with anyone, and it does the download. If a fleet doesn't want the driver to do it, they can have it pre-set up that it's on there, and when it comes into the shop, the tech will see it, and he can do the download. So there's different avenues you can do. You can change that at the dealer if you want your driver to see it or not. So very flexible. That will be initiated at week 49. So right at the end of November, they're going to start pushing that out so that people will actually see it and be able to use it. They have been running tests up till now. So that's a good update that is coming. It's already in the software on the trucks. So it's just a matter of getting the internal downloads to be working, that we're comfortable with it. So end of November, you're going to see that where the drivers can stop, do quick downloads. The updates are about twice a year, so it's not like it's all the time. But if you have parameters you've set up, that also will be coming up. Some other things I'd like to talk to you about. I'm going to go through a few things that are 2020 oriented, and then we'll go into some 2021 things you'll be seeing soon. Bendix Fusion 2.0, hopefully you all know about this. Basically, the 2.0 is a different software. It's a different load that's already on the trucks. So you cannot update from the 1.0 to the 2.0, but once you have 2.0, you'll be able to load different versions in as they progress. Instead of stopping at 35 miles per hour, it'll stop at 50 miles per hour. So a quicker deceleration, better stopping in the automatic emergency braking. The other things are multi-lane capacity. So it's looking at, it's not just looking at the lane in front of the truck, it's also looking at the lane to the right or left. So if you're putting on your brakes in the older version, it would only look at the truck or vehicle in front of you. As you change lanes, it had to reacquire the next one. It's already looking at that. So if it's braking and you're in auto cruise, it'll automatically continue to brake. The highway departing warning is kind of like the lane departure, except it uses the white line on the side, and it'll let you know if it thinks you're going off the road into a ditch or something like that. And the adaptive cruise is pretty much carry over what you have today. So a couple other things. Command steer. So command steer, hopefully you know about this already. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube you can pull up, and we'll show you one at the end of my portion here. The command steer basically reads 2,000 times per second. It's reading the dynamics of the steering gear, of the steering wheel, of the engine ECU, and it monitors the road and the driver's input. It's also, if you're on a windy situation or if you're on a banked road, it will actually counter that, and it makes it very easy to keep your lane and to steer down the road. The other thing is the return to zero. So if you're going forward or backing up, letting go of the wheel will bring you back to the zero position. So when you're in a parking lot or in going up to a loading zone, it's very easy to maneuver because you can easily find the zero position again. The wheel will come back for you. A lot less stress. The 85% less stress is basically when you're almost static, when you're going slow. It becomes extremely easy to move the wheel. As you go faster, it gets more dynamic and gets more to your normal feel of the road. So really good. If you get a chance, you want to drive those. A couple other things that we've done over this past year. So the day cabs, SmartWay day cabs, this was allowed by the EPA, so we've certified the Anthem as a SmartWay day cab. The APU prep kit. What's the APU prep kit? It's pretty much a space claim on the rail, so you can slide your fuel tank forward on the right-hand side. Make sure you're clear on the side if you're putting an APU on the right-hand frame rail. So a couple codes in the MSS that'll help you get there. Additional seats, we've just released the Sears Atlas 80 seat and the National 2000 seats, so different options for your drivers and passenger seats. In November, we're actually doing some updates to the Mack seats that we released with the Anthem, some different contours in the back to make it more comfortable for the driver. Once again, driver's number one importance, so that's there. And then M-Drive driving modes. If you haven't seen that, if you go into the transmission electronics and MSS at the end there, you can now pick, instead of just having performance and economy, there's a mode button on the shifter, and you can actually toggle through three different modes. So you can have EMAX, maximum fuel economy, Econ, which is your normal fuel economy setting, and then which is more balanced between performance and economy, and then performance mode. So you can toggle through those. If you're in performance mode, just like today, and you're running down the highway and you're kind of not using the performance anymore, running normally instead of like going up a hill and using more acceleration, it will toggle back to Econ. So get to your best fuel economy. So something new we're going to have. Looking at 2021, and this will be updated or announced at the ATA MCE show at the end of the month, so you're getting a little preview here. The MP8 HE engine is being updated for January of next year, 2021. So you will get an actual additional 3% fuel economy. So instead of your 6.5% better fuel economy than the 445C, if you go to a 445HE, you will now get 9.5% instead of 6.5% better fuel economy just by changing that engine and your rear axle ratio. The day cab in March will be getting an update to the roof fairing, so it actually will go a little bit higher to get to the full height of the trailer. It actually has some different designs, so you get about another 1% fuel economy improvement by going to that. So the side fairings and the roof fairing on the day cab will get updated. And the final thing there that I'm showing is February, we will be doing factory installed flow below. So the flow below for the rear chassis fairings, the rear drive wheel chassis fairings, and wheel covers will be available from the factory. That's my last slide.
Thank you, Stu. We appreciate that. We will now go to a short video on command steer.
Hey, I'm two-time Daytona 500 champion Michael Waltrip, and I know a little bit about being in tight situations. And Mack's new Command Steer returns the wheel to zero, helping drivers in tight backup situations. And the technology reduces the steering effort by 85%. This is Tony Fripp, NASCAR hauler driver. Today, he's been checking out this new Mack Anthem with Command Steer, and I want to check it out. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's check it out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Your seat's over there.
Oh.
Yeah.
There must be 100 tractor trailers in the infield of a NASCAR race. I think that's why Command Steer is going to be such an asset to you, because I've seen these trucks just squeezed into little tracks like Bristol where there isn't a couple inches between them all.
Well, you're right, Mike. With the new Command Steer, it's pretty much effortless. Turn it like this, one finger it.
Wow.
It corrects itself for you.
Takes it back to
Get
zero.
back in. Yes, sir. You come back around real easy. Play with it with a finger. Look at there. Then it comes back around for me, help me catch it back up. See there? Piece of cake, Mikey. Game changer right there. This is definitely a game changer.
That was great. I mean, I bet everybody like seeing all the updates and everything we have been doing. And we're just gonna talk more about some more things. So we're gonna talk about where to find like the competitive comparables that people has been asking that much, and asking how we can compare our truck to another one and their competitors, their OEMs. Well, we have it. And we have this done by a third-party company, and we have the competitive summary that you can locate in two places. If you have, or if you don't have it yet, I'll recommend you to get it. That is the playbook that has been released. A communication has been sent out. But if you don't have it yet, you can go to your DSA and make sure they give you access to it. Or you can go on your mobile cell phone or tablet, and you can go and get access onto your sales pro app. And I know many of you are familiar with my face because we did a training on that a few months ago. So you can go and find it on TDP, and you can go and see all the different comparables on the competitive advantage on the Anthem. Okay, so that's pretty good. And I just want to make sure you take advantage of this because it's going to give you some reference points. And talking more about the advantages, we're going to talk about the advantages we have on their protection plans. As you know, everybody's working on protection plans, and there's a lot of talking in the market about who has the best one, who has the worst one. And we are no strangers to that. We're always looking on how to improve, and we have been improving, and we have been comparing apples to our competitors and see the coverages. And as you can see on the screen, these are our basic coverages we have, and this is what we cover on a standard. Of course, you always can upgrade, and you have to make sure you feed your customer to what he needs, and making sure we're getting to our customers what they really need, not just going and saying, oh, this is what it comes from factory. No. Mr. Customer, let me know, this is what you're looking for. Are you looking for maybe you want to have a warranty for the period you're going to have the truck, so you don't have to worry about any extra expenses? Or you want to get a maintenance plan with us? You have the options available. So make sure we take advantage of this. because this is something we don't talk too much about it, and our competitors are talking about it. And we have this available. So make sure, we have a standard, we have on the engine, 2 years, 250,000 miles, absolutely. But you can go up to 7 years on extended warranty. That means the customer can bring the truck back to your shop, you know he's happy. If something happens, you know you can service your customer better. And when he's ready to resell the truck, you have all the records. So your used truck manager has more confidence on putting a stronger value on the truck, or you know you have a customer that will take that truck because you know has been well maintained. So think about that. So think about it, and let me show you on the next, you will see that these are things that we're looking at our competitors, and we actually start trying to understand how we're competing with them. And when we start looking about how to compete with them, actually we found we're in a pretty good spot, because these are like things highlighted what they don't cover, right? That we cover under our warranty, and we're being told that sometimes you think, oh, they have a lower price on the warranty. That's not true. They avoid to put some things on the warranty that we actually included, so we have a better value, because as you know, Mack is a brand that is about value, and it's about bringing value to our customers, and because we do that, our customers appreciate that we go the extra mile and explain really what our warranty included. And don't take this one wrong, but when we found, talking about the warranties, actually in pricing, we're the second lowest in pricing. And this was something provided to me by our friends at the Uptime Center, that actually we're in an incredible position on warranties. So think about it. We have everything we can. We have the uptime, like Stu was mentioning. We have the protection plans to take care of them over the road, so they can bring their trucks to our shops and our great network that we have. I mean, we have warranties for everybody. And we have warranties even for our AMTs. So look at everything we cover different than them. So we need to take advantage. We need to talk about it. Everything is going to be published for you guys and ladies, and you're going to be able to locate this on TDP, on the truck dealer portal. So make sure we go and take advantage of this, because this is how you sell trucks. You talk about the values, and you talk about how good we are servicing our customers, because we have all the tools available for that. And when we're talking about how to service our own customers, let's talk about something always is going to help us to sell trucks. And that's our great remarketing department. And it's going to help us because it's a partner we need right next to us. Because if you don't start talking about trades from the get-going, when you start talking about the business, you're maybe missing part of the business. Because almost in every deal, there is a trade involved. So we need to make sure we're working with our trades, and we have the numbers for our trades. We have been working and making sure that you can win the deals, and we can be in every deal. But you need to bring our part at the beginning. So we have, our dealers can take trades, we can help our dealers to take trades, and we can work as a partner. Like remarketing is always available. It's here to help you to sell new trucks and to make sure we work with you with different like financing, like warranties, like simple networking. We have a great network of used truck dealers from our brand that work together to sell more trucks. Also, they don't stop there. It's not only trades what they take, right? Many of you will think it's only trades. No. They have the fair market value leases, best known as FMVs. This is supported with MFS, Mack Financial Services, and I'll talk in a minute about that. But this is basically your customer can take a truck, work with the truck, have it as a lease, so he's saving some money on taxes, right? So some benefits for our customers, and at the end of the term, they can decide if they want to trade the truck, or they can buy it at the fair market value at the moment they end their lease. They can communicate that to you. You have an option as a dealer to take it if you like the truck, or they can return it to remarketing. So in both options, the customer is winning, and you're winning because you're servicing your customer. We have another one that is the trade backs, And when you're talking about tradebacks, that means we can guarantee a customer a future value that they can trade back the truck at the future value if they like the value, right? So if they like the value, they can trade the truck back after a while. When they finish the contract and they're supposed to surrender the truck, they can decide to surrender or not. This is a transaction with the dealer and remarketing. So we're supporting you on that. And I know many of you saw the most recent communication from remarketing for Q4. Remarketing has been waiving the requirement of 6 trucks to trade. So remarketing will come and trade trucks with you. Remarketing is waiving that so you can sell a lot more trucks on the Anthems, right? So on the Anthems, you have to do a 1-to-1 trade, right? 1 used truck for 1 new truck. They have to buy 1 for 1, right? Minimum. And they are giving incredible help, support. They have a great database, and they can help you to get more knowledge. Even if you need some advice on numbers for your dealer or something, they can help you with that too. So it's a great support that we need to take advantage of that. Another thing is, another thing that they have is how to request it. So as you know, you can come into the RST tool implementation, and what that means is a remarketing sales tool. It's an application in MSS, in TSP, I'm sorry, that actually that's how you can request assistance from remarketing. So we have all the different options and on remarketing, and the different options on remarketing you have, and this is how you can request it. Make sure you mark what is the request type you have. If it's FMB, like I told you, fair market value, if it's a trade back, or if it's a trade-in. Of course, for a trade-in, there are some requirements, like anywhere else. You want to make sure you have a truck and you get the value for the trade you're getting, right? The right trade. So for more information on how to get into the trades, we'll invite you to go on Navigator, where we have videos that will drive you through MSS and TSP on how to get trades and how to request it. It's pretty simple, and that you're gonna love that video because it makes it look so simple that you're gonna love it, okay? And make sure to get more deals, don't forget to get more trades. And another, moving forward, talking about the Mack Financial Services, we're gonna talk about, like I said, it's pretty close to what we're talking about with remarketing. The new products release from Mack Financial Services, it comes with a special pricing on FMBs. So look at this payment, $1,859. That's a low payment. For a new truck, are you for sure? Yes. So this is something showing how we're a company that work together and we put programs together to make sure you can sell more trucks. So let's take advantage of all these programs we have available with that. The brand is supporting you on the sales side, and also our finance is helping us to get it through to the sales. So this is for qualifying units for all 2020 model years and any older inventory trucks we have available. That's also we have something called the we have something also called the Ford and Gold, and that's offering more competitive rates with some incentives we have in there that are also absolutely we're going to find more information on MFS's website that you're going to be able. So the incentives for extended terms of 72 months, 90 days first payment. And as you know, many of the customers right now, they are thinking, well, I want to save some months and I don't care if there's some interest in the back. You can move it into the last payment, so just give me 90 days so I can start making money and that truck actually start producing by itself. Well, we have been thinking on that, right? And because the customers want it and they take advantage of that, we want to give it to them, right? So let's make sure we offer these different options, and when we have a deal that we need some support from Mack Financial Services, make sure you contact your regional manager to support you because they can give you more details about it, and they can actually go to the deal and help you to close the deal. They have a great knowledge, and they're super good on the way they do it. So here are more details on the Ford and Goal. There are, like I said, some incentives you can work with them. And the last one that we have is some for actually, it's all related, right? So trades, like I said, time to trade. So if you want to sell your own trade, they're going to give you also some benefits. So if you're talking about low rates for a new truck, oh my God, I work in used trucks, and that's a pretty low rate. So make sure you take advantage on that, because that's something you're going to find every day, right? At least and the good thing to work in house finance is you have to think about it. One, you have more control over your deal, because your customer is going to stay with you and is going to be financing with you. So any help he needs is going to be only with you. If he goes and gets his own finance, I mean, he can go and buy a truck anywhere else, right? So make sure we stay in house. We make sure that we understand the trucking business. So as a finance company, we can do some things different that a regular lender is not going to be able to do. Why? Because we know the cycles in the business. We know when a company is growing. We understand their freight. We understand their business, and we understand how to support them. Okay? So last but not least, I think it's important that you understand where to go and contact any support you needed. So any support you need for like remarketing, we invite you to come. Paige Hopkins, she's like the remarketing person that can help us to any assistance. When you need some guidance on remarketing, she can give you all the tips and tricks on how to help you to get the deals closed. And when you need Mack Financial Services, make sure you reach out to them. There's the website. Just make sure, take all the advantages. If you have more questions, contact them or contact us. We'll talk to you and make sure you're talking to the right person. But sell trucks, and in order to sell trucks, make sure you take advantage of this. Okay? So I'm going to pass it back to Deetra, and Deetra has another thing for us in our last session for the training today.
Thanks, Juan. Yes, now I would like to introduce our panel. But before we get started, I just want to make sure one of our panelists is with us remotely. His name is Jordan Hunsicker. He is our lead sales engineer in Allentown. Jordan, can you hear us? Are you with us?
Hi, Deidre. Yes, I am.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you for joining. We also have Danny Mertz, who is our Director of Remarketing. We also have Juan, as you know, and we also have Stu Rizzoli. So I want to give you some questions, and Juan, you can see where we need to send these, who can answer these. So the first one is, can we have more than 117 gallons of fuel per side with extended chassis fairings?
Thank you, Deetra. I think it's too, that'll be a good question for you. I believe you can help us with something like that.
I might want to bounce that to Jordan. Jordan, do you know if we can have dual 117-gallon fuel tanks?
I know we can do dual 117s. As for dual 142-gallon, which I'm assuming is the question, I'm not sure offhand. I know that there is some interference as you go further rearward with the extra bracketry for the extended chassis fairings. So I would have to check on that one.
We'll look into that a little bit more and send you something directly.
Perfect. Thank you. The next one is, does the customer have to turn the truck back in at the end of a trade-back agreement?
Thank you, Deetra. I think Danny, he can handle that one pretty well.
Yeah, thank you. That's a good question. And the short answer is no, they don't have to. You know, our agreement, as Juan explained, is with your dealership, and the dealer would then make a like-kind agreement with the customer. But at the end of the term, they have the option, if they want to turn the truck back in and exercise that trade back, and they buy a new truck, or they can keep the truck. or the dealer can actually keep the truck as well. But that's a good question.
Great, thank you. The next question is it possible to spec the Anthem for heavy haul?
Thank you, Deetra. And I think that'll be a question for the highway expert. This too.
Okay. Again, I might want to bounce it to Jordan because he's really the heavy haul guy. So you can send it back if you don't like it, Jordan.
No, that's all right, Stu. So yes, you can. It won't be quite as heavy duty as the Granite, as we only have the 16,000 pound front for the offering. We don't go any higher than that. Highest we have for rear rating is 52,000 pound. And if you're using Mack axles in the rear, we can offer up to 180,000 pound GCW. And this is all regardless whether you have a day cab or a sleeper. It's a great question, Stu. I don't know if you have anything else to add to that.
No, pretty much exactly what I was thinking.
Got it, okay. Here's the next one. Can you speak on the MP8 HE engine updates for 2021?
I think on that one, actually, Stu just mentioned something.
All right, I'll keep that
This
one.
we can do it.
I'll keep that one. So since I talked about it, I would probably say the main thing is, since it's gaining another 3% fuel economy, that's the main thing. So today we say 6.5 better fuel economy than your standard engine, the VGT variable geometry turbos. So remember that it's 9.5. And again, we'll be launching that in about 2 weeks. There'll be a lot more information. So I would wait till then. I was kind of asked to just graze it right now since we're kind of ahead of the game. So look out for that and you'll hear a lot more.
Wonderful, thank you for that. The next one is the new tool in PAWS and MSS for requesting remarketing support works very well. Can I request multiple residual terms?
I think we're going back to Danny.
Yeah, that's a question we hear quite often, and yes, you can ask for multiple residual terms, different term types. You can ask for FMVs or trade backs, and you can also ask for trade-in support on the same inquiry. So yes, there could be multiple requests on one.
Perfect, thank you. When can we do customer tours again?
That's a good question, and I can take that question, Deetra. So we have the customer center in Allentown. It's going to be open starting next week for customer tours for the customer center only. That means the ride and drive, the museum, all the experience we have. As you know, we do special events for our customers, and we want to make sure they feel special. Anything else that is planned tours for Hagerstown or LBO, that for right now is we don't have any tours for 2020, and we're waiting to see how everything progresses, and then we can have future communications on what is going to happen in 2021.
Okay, thank you. We have a few more questions. Someone asked, how do you get the cool chrome door handle?
I'll take that. The cool chrome, that's actually an aftermarket part. It's actually from Dieter's, and it is in the aftermarket. You can order it right through your dealership. So all the extra chrome on this truck, you can order through your dealership. They're Dieter's parts, and the aftermarket has worked with them to get the parts that will go on the Anthem vehicle.
Okay, and I had another one that came in for you, Danny. Can the customer purchase the truck at the end of a fair market value term for the residual amount?
Yes, they can. So that's kind of the beauty of that FMV lease. besides the customers that may not want to have that asset depreciation on their books, may be afraid of the used truck market as well, the fluctuations in that market. The FMV lease will offer them an option at the end just to turn it in. So it's a walk-away lease. Or at the end, they may want to keep the truck. And at that time, we can provide a value to what they can buy that truck at. It's at a current market value. It's not the residual that was provided to come up with the FMV lease payment, but it's actually the current market value at that time.
Okay, the next question is, what are the optimal applications for the HE engine?
Thank you, Deetra. I think I'll leave it this time open. I think Stu, you can answer that one.
Sure, I'll take it. The optimal applications. Well, the HE engine, the thing is, it's a little bit more expensive than the typical engine, but it also gets you better fuel economy. So as the price of diesel goes up, obviously it's going to be better and better. The applications, it really can run in any applications. I would say more of where you're running a distance is the better thing, because you're going to see the fuel economy improvement, and that's the payback on the engine. The quicker you get your payback on the extra you're spending. Now with going an extra 3%, now you're getting 9.5% better fuel economy. That's going to pay off quicker. But basically, I would say the answer is you don't want the pickup and delivery that's running back and forth in town. You want somebody that's going to be on the highway a little bit. It doesn't mean it has to be long haul. It could be a guy in a day cab that's running out to some city and back every day. But it's being on the highway and actually, and the other side of it is getting a load. If you're running really light, you're not going to put you're not going to make the engine work harder. The harder this engine works, the better the ERT works, the engine recovery, that turns the gears and gets you your fuel economy. So you want a 65,000 pound or more, and you want to be running on the highway. That's it.
Thank you, Stu. This next question, is there someone I can contact if I need assistance with speccing the right truck for my customer's needs?
Thank you, Deetra. And I think the best person to help us with that will be Jordan, that normally you're the guys that are there to help any salesmen or anybody to work with the trucks.
Yep, that would be correct. So sales engineering should be your first stop for something like that. You can contact us either on our phone line at 1-800-TNT-MAC or through our functional mailbox, sales.engineering@mactrucks.com. Great question.
Great. The last question that we have, are there any plans to offer an 86-inch sleeper, or are we bringing back the 60-inch sleeper?
Thank you, Deetra. And I think I have the right person to answer that question right next to me. So Stu, you want to take this one?
Yeah, well, we really can't talk about our future plans. That's the typical line that if a journalist would ask me. We are looking at that down the road, but it's going to be the next evolution that we have. So it's not going to be for several years. Nothing on the Anthem in the current time frame.
Okay, thank you. And like I said, we did not get to every single question, but we will be answering questions later through probably a documentation. So we will get to your questions, we do promise. So now we are going to have our closing by Juan.
Thank you, Deetra. I hope everybody found a great opportunity on this to learn more about the Anthem, more about the opportunity with all the experts we have today that join us. Thank you for your participation. We hope this will make you see some more opportunities to sell trucks. If you have any questions, make sure you ask. We're here to support you. We're here to make sure you're successful, and that's everything we do every day. We're working with you We listen to you, like Rich was saying at the beginning. We listen to you, to your needs, and we're working on improving every day. We have a great product, but the best thing is we have great people. So remember, anytime you need anything, we're available for you. It's time to go and sell some trucks and start moving some iron. Thank you for coming today, and we'll see you in the next occasion.